What is up, guys? Thank you for clicking on the video. If you've seen one of these videos before, then thank you very much for coming back. And if this is your first time here, then let me tell you straight up, start lowering those expectations. But today, let's just get straight into it. I want to talk about a little game called Deadbolt. Now, this one may have flown under your radars. It certainly did with me. I was bored one day browsing the endless corridors of Steam waiting for Hitman 2 to come out when this little pixelated Grim Reaper appeared. So I clicked on it, watched the trailer, and then I found Deadbolt. It describes itself as a stealth action puzzle game where you play as the Grim Reaper killing the undead for a reason which it probably says in the game, but I didn't pay attention to because I don't like reading. Now, it's a tried and tested format of how this game works. Each level you have a certain objective, complete the objective, move on to the next level. Mind-blowing, I know. But before the beginning of every level, you first have to get your mission brief from Death himself or herself, gender neutral and all that noise. You sit in your comfy armchair and the fire will roar into life, giving you your mission brief, your objectives, and maybe little tidbits and advice on what's about to come up. Once you've got your brief, just dive straight in. Now, the missions usually consist of breaking in to steal something from a safe, burning drug supplies, or like burning vampire ashes, or as simple as just killing everybody. It's as simple as. The puzzle element comes into the level's design with multiple approaches to every room and one-hit deaths for the player. Now, each room can be tackled in a number of different ways, from knocking on the door first to bring the enemies to you, traveling through the floors and the walls, dropping in from above, traveling through the toilet systems, shooting out the lights, etc. You have an absolute wealth of options to break enemy groups up, confuse them, or just go in guns blazing. But the flip side to having so much choice is what I previously breezed over, is that one-hit death mechanic. You have to be fucking perfect at this game. And to be completely honest with you, it is an abusive relationship. It walks the line between gratifying challenge and absolute frustration. And it walks it really well. It almost fucking struts. However, the game does take its toll on you, and small play sessions is all I can imagine people sit down for. Extended play is actively discouraged by the game, with small text boxes popping up and telling you to walk away. Come back with a different perspective after a certain amount of deaths. Avoid that frustration that the devs know they're giving you. The developers know that they've made a hard game here, and as such, I think the game should absolutely, it deserves all of the praise it can get for accomplishing what it set out to do. However, I just had to sit down and play for an hour to capture the footage that you're currently seeing, and I find myself increasingly, every time I walk away from the game, less enthusiastic to go back to it. When I first started playing the game, I was really excited to make a video on it. I absolutely loved it. There was a very noticeable increase in challenge with the first few missions, but nothing too taxing. Every death was my fault. It was sort of funny. It was very reminiscent of Super Meat Boy, how as soon as you're dead, you're instantly put back into the game. No time is wasted, and you absolutely know that was your fault. Don't fuck up again. Learning enemy patterns, learning when to move and when to shoot, when to knock the lights out, and when to just avoid enemies altogether, conserving that limited resource of ammo that you have. Chapter 1 was an absolute fucking blast. It was such a good, challenging and solid experience. From Chapter 2 though, good lord, the learning curve is just forever increasing. It never plateaus, which is how the game is designed. It's fine. However, I was finding that my play sessions, I'd be lucky to beat 2 levels. I'm averaging 1 level per play session, and that's taking me about 40 to 50 minutes per level. And it just becomes a huge taxing drain on the player. There's only so many times you can take a kick to the balls before you just walk away entirely. And I think I'm at the crux of that decision. I don't know, I might just suck. Like, that is an entirely plausible option, that I'm just really, really bad at this game. But as I said before, it's a game which I had such huge enthusiasm to make a video about when I first began playing, whereas now I almost don't want to, because I have to acknowledge that I'm approaching that time where I put this game down and I don't pick it back up again. And there's a massive shame, because I genuinely love it and I want people to play it, but I'm just really unsure if the frustration is worth it or not. Deadbolt, at its core, is a fun and fair game. I'd recommend it to those curious enough who are enjoying what they're currently seeing on the screen and are intrigued as to my opinions on it. They're thinking, yeah, I can give that a shot, that's not too bad. So those curious enough for a challenge, absolutely pick it up, you'll have a good time. You'll probably hit a wall, but you'll enjoy it, you'll love it. If a challenge is made for you, absolutely pick it up. Also, to those players who love stealth action like myself, I'd absolutely say yes, it's worth picking up. But just be fully prepared that you might not beat this and you're gonna hit multiple progression walls where you're not gonna make any substantial progress in a play session. And that frustration will seep in. To summarize, it's fair. It's totally fair, but it's also fuck you difficult. But as always, guys, thank you for coming along and listening to me ramble on and feeding my ego for the day. If you enjoyed the video, then well done. I'm glad that you enjoy my content. If you didn't and you're still here, then well done. Try not to leave a hate comment, you know. Don't make everybody's day worse just because you're having a rough time. Your day will get better without me. There's other videos on the channel should you want to check them out. Some are like this, some are not, but if that's your jam, go and have a look around. If not, then have a good day.